The Legend of American Me is one of Hollywood's most notorious. A film so real, it's said to have cost 10 people their lives. But what if that's a lie? A man who was there says the truth is far more complex. This is Ren Enriquez's account. In the early 90s, while in county jail, the former Mexican Mafia member heard about the film. The star, Edward James Olmos, was coincidentally the subject of a family rumor that he was Enriquez's cousin, a rumor Enriquez himself never believed, but it added a layer of intrigue. Determined to see how his world would be portrayed, Enriquez contacted Paramount Studios. After getting the runaround, he reached actor Danny De La Paz, who told him to write Olmos a letter. Enriquez requested a copy of the script, explaining he wanted to read it since he couldn't see the movie. He wasn't a fan, he was an insider with concerns. A week later, a packet arrived. It wasn't the script, but a publicity kit. Frustrated, Enriquez called back to clarify his intent. But soon after, his letter, which ended with the innocuous line, "I wish you health, happiness, and box office success," was leaked to the press and twisted. Suddenly, it was framed as a thinly veiled threat. So was Olmos in real danger? Enriquez asserts that while some individuals might have harmed him, the threat from the organization was primarily a financial opportunity. The talk of a hit list was an incentive to pay. It's his understanding that Olmos paid a hefty sum, and the problem vanished. He had bought his way out of the jam, a common practice. The myth says 10 people died. Enriquez says the truth is only 3, and the movie was just a convenient excuse. First, Charlie Marquez. For years he was considered deadweight, an embarrassment who stole car batteries and bananas to feed his heroin addiction. Enriquez recounts a tense night when Marquez led him into a dark garage. Fearing a setup, Enriquez drew his gun, only to find Marquez lived there in squalor. His minor role in the film was just the final pretext to remove a long-standing problem. Second, Anna Lizarraga. As a youth gang counselor, she drove through neighborhoods, interacting with gang members and law enforcement. This work led to a long-standing and dangerous rumor that she was a police informant. She carried this rat jacket for years. Her participation in the movie simply gave her enemies the perfect excuse to act on those old suspicions. The third victim was Manuel "Rocky" Luna, once the respected godfather of Hazard and a friend of Enriquez. But Luna had fallen into a severe crack addiction, losing face and status. A younger, ambitious member, David Smolon Gallo, saw this as his chance. He used Luna's minor role in the film as the final justification to have him killed, paving the way for Gallo to take his place. It was a classic power play masked by the movie controversy. So what truly angered the organization? Enriquez says it was 2 key scenes. The fictional sexual assault of the main character, a deep insult in that culture, and the film incorrectly showing them murdering one of their own, Cheyenne Cadena, who was actually killed by a rival gang. Other details, like the wrong rifles and wrong clothes, just added to the feeling that Hollywood didn't get it right. In the end, Edward James Olmos can sleep with a clean conscience. The deaths weren't his fault. The violence that followed American Me was not a direct response to art. It was the explosive result of internal politics, addiction, and betrayal that were already in motion. The film didn't create the tragedies, it just became the myth that overshadowed a much messier truth.